Good morning to you. I hope you're enjoying your weekend. Now, Claire Klein-Elder is here with what we're going to call from now on the HollywoodCraic. Lovely to have you back, Claire.
Thank you for having me.
Now, this is the name of your new website, isn't that right?
Yes, it's the HollywoodCraic.com. Crack like Irish crack.
C-R-A-I-C.
I see, yes.
Okay, fine.
Yes.
Now, obviously, that's where you'll get updates on all of the latest from the world's weirdest place in many respects. But for many people who've been there, they can't wait to get back.
Yes, well, I'm from there, so I understand that. It is a very strange place, but it's the world where you could be in the grocery line next to a major celebrity at the checkout. So, you can't really say that about many other places.
That's true. In fact, I was explaining to Helen, my producer, earlier on, when I was in LA many years back, we were lucky enough to be staying at the Four Seasons Hotel just off George Burns Drive,
nice.
Wasn't it? Yeah.
Very nice.
And the story I will tell my grandchildren is that I got stuck in a revolving door with Sandra Bullock.
See, yeah, only in LA. Only in LA.
For all I know, the door only went round twice, but it felt like an eternity. And we shook hands, and she was very, very perplexed and very upset that she had upset me. And I was just more shocked it was her.
She's actually one of the normal ones, believe it or not.
Yeah, I get that feeling. I get that feeling.
It's a good sighting.
Yeah, absolutely. And stunning, as stunning in real life, I have to say.
Yes. I mean, I think one thing you'll notice about celebrities is they're always much thinner and much prettier in person than they are on television. It's so true what they say about the camera adds 20 pounds. It's so true because I don't know how many times I've done a red carpet and I've seen a celebrity and I think, my God, they are thin. Like Kim Kardashian, she looks quite voluptuous on television. Some would even say, oh, she's, she could stand to lose a few pounds. If you saw her in person now, I mean, she is very thin.
Yeah.
Curvy, but very, very thin.
Yeah. Has Sandra found new love, by the way?
No, but I know that she's helping someone else right now who's tending to a broken heart. Renee Zellweger just broke up with Bradley Cooper. And, and that was a long-term relationship. They were looking at houses together. People were saying they were going to get engaged. She was out with his parents, getting coffee and all that stuff around town. And then out of the blue, they just broke up. And actually, Renee was spotted visiting Sandra Bullock in her New York apartment the other day. So, maybe they're kind of helping each other through. They've both been through some bad breakups. And so, but both single. Both single.
Sad about Liz Taylor.
Yeah, no, it was a shock, even though I know she's been ailing for quite a while. It was a big surprise. Her 79th birthday was on Oscar night, actually. And she had come out and said, even though I'm in the hospital, I can't wait for tonight's Oscars. She was rooting for the King's Speech, which won all the awards. So that was great. So it was a big surprise. And, I know Larry King rang CNN that morning and you could hear him choking back on tears, like paying tribute to one of his good friends. And, Madonna said, she's one of a kind, and Shirley MacLaine, and, all these people have come out and really poured their hearts out about Liz Taylor. She's a really beloved, I think for her time, just to put it in context for people who aren't of that generation, she was like the Angelina Jolie of that time, just stunningly beautiful, activist for many great charitable causes. A great mother, and people now, I think they see her pictures of her in a wheelchair with, crazy red lipstick, and they don't understand really what she was back then.
Yeah.
And I think, the Angelina Jolie comparison is probably the best thing. I mean, she really was that person back then.
She had a great maternal quality about her, which is probably what drew Colin Farrell to her.
Yes.
The fact that he lived so far away from his mum in Castleknock when he's in Hollywood, and obviously Michael Jackson.
Yeah, no, I mean, she was a confidant to a lot of people. I mean, it just came out actually this morning that a journalist who had interviewed her a while back finally broke his silence and said that she had confessed to him that James Dean, one of, who she was a confidant to, told her that he was actually molested by his minister, and that's something that she told that journalist, don't reveal this until I pass away. So he came out with it this morning and revealed that. And I think she was very maternal for a lot of her co-stars.
Like we heard a little clip from Virginia Woolf there earlier on. I would imagine that was also quite reminiscent of real life for Liz Taylor and Richard Burton. It was a very feisty relationship, wasn't it?
Yes, but people said that she really kind of liked that. I mean, there was stories about them having knockdown, drag-out fights, and her friends would try to intervene, and she would say to them, if I need your help, I'll ask you.
Yeah.
Like, she actually kind of, that's what she needed, she needed that. And through her marriages, she kind of went back and forth. She either was married to someone who was very calm and more of a father figure, and then she would immediately leave that person for someone like Richard Burton, real high-tempered and who she could fight with. Like, she was a really feisty woman, very, very feisty.
She loved him eternally. She always said that. She said of all of the men she's ever loved, and she put that in inverted commas, she said Burton had something that will go to the grave with her.
Yes.
And she also admitted that it was Burton who introduced her to the pleasures of alcohol, which almost destroyed her.
She tried to keep up with him, I think, was how it started. Was she wanted to kind of, I guess he drank so much. He was an alcoholic when she met him, and she wanted to hold her ground with him. So she started drinking as much as he was, and that kind of became a big problem. And then obviously the prescription drugs. But I think, he died of a massive hemorrhage, and I think he was only like 57 or 58, not that old. So I think that was the start of when she kind of started getting into rehab programs, because I know that came to like a huge shock to her when he passed away.
Yeah. Let's talk about something we're going to be chatting about here. This is we're going to profile a different place for celeb spotting on a regular basis.
Yes, in Los Angeles.
In Los Angeles, obviously. Yes,
I know, because people ask me all the time when they're visiting LA, where should I go? Well, the absolute guaranteed spot, one of them is called the Ivy, and it's a restaurant on Robertson Boulevard in Los Angeles. And they have a front patio there with a famous white picket fence that lines the patio. And you will see about 30 to 40 paparazzi there every single day on the sidewalk, because legally the restaurant, you can't tell them to leave because that's public property. But celebrities go there who want to be photographed, because no celebrity in their right mind would go and sit on the patio at the Ivy if they didn't want to get photographed.
Right.
So it's a really popular place for celebrities who want to manipulate the media. Like when Jennifer Lopez and Ben Affleck were fighting breakup rumors. They showed up, sat right in the front there on the patio, and were very lovey-dovey. And, of course, the paparazzi just went crazy. And all the papers the next day said, oh, everything's fine with Bennifer. Well, of course, they broke up like 2 weeks later, because I think they just wanted to buy some time to work out whatever they needed to work out. It's very popular with what we would call maybe D-list celebrities as well, like the Kardashians, people who are really into getting in the press all the time.
Right.
But you'll definitely see somebody there. You might not get a seat on the patio, but if you call ahead of time and you're polite, you might be able to get a seat inside, and you'll still be able to see all the action from that spot.
I saw Olivia Newton-John there.
Oh, so you've eaten there, actually.
I was on that fateful trip when I met Sandra Bullock in the Revolving Doors, actually.
Okay, it's a lot of older celebrities like that place. It's been around for years, but it's also popular with people like, Heidi and Spencer and, like I said, the Kardashians. And I know, but Jennifer Aniston eats there regularly, too. So, some people actually just like to go there to eat there, but you're always going to get photographed if you're there.
Right, okay. And I would imagine it would be very disappointing to go on a day when there's no celebrities.
I don't think that there is a day. There always is, because I know that they keep a certain number of seats on the patio open for celebrities.
Right.
Like, you could go there and say, well, there's 5 tables free on the patio. Why can't I sit there? And like, sorry, those are saved.
Yeah.
And not for you. So, but that's a great place. It's a nice area.
Is it difficult to book a table? Do you have to book well in advance?
I would book well in advance. And also, you wouldn't be able to get in on probably like Fridays and Saturdays.
Okay.
I'd say your best bet is something like Tuesday afternoon at 3:00 or something. Like an odd time would be your best bet.
Dress
Definitely
code?
It's casual, casual, smart, LA, hipster. You could wear your $500 pair of jeans and your $200, jumper, and that would be perfect.
Yeah. Are you allowed to take photographs?
No, absolutely not.
Right,
absolutely not. If anyone even sees you, even with your camera phone, you will be asked to put that away immediately, or maybe even asked to leave. So.
And I take it it's probably against the house rules to approach the celebrities.
Oh, absolutely not.
Oh, right, okay.
A lot of restaurants in LA, if they even see you do that, they will ask you to leave immediately. So, yeah, definitely not. Even if the celebrity is open to it. Because I've seen that happen in a few places where somebody will go up and say, can I take your picture? And the celebrity is in the middle of saying, yes, okay. And the maitre d' will come up and grab them and say, I'm sorry, you're going to have to leave, or you can't do that. So...
What an extraordinary way to live, though, isn't it?
Well, I think that these restaurants, they feel like it's their duty to protect the celebrities, because they want them to keep coming back. So they don't want to mix in too many fans, who are going to be harassing people. So.
Let's talk about that. Obviously, that's the Ivy. What street's it on again?
It's on Robertson Boulevard, and it's called the Ivy. There's one in Santa Monica as well, but the one in Los Angeles, the Ivy, is the place to go.
Okay,
yes.
that's our profile place for celeb spotting this week. We'll have another one to tell you about next week. Charlie Sheen continues to dominate the front pages of all of the entertainment mags and newspapers at the moment, doesn't he? What is it with this guy?
I think there's nothing more that people like than watching a famous person unravel publicly.
Yeah.
Because you're kind of watching it. It really is like a train wreck where you can't believe. It's kind of like when Britney Spears shaved her head, in the middle of the salon in front of all the paparazzi. You're just thinking that this can't be happening, but I can't look away because it is happening. Yeah. And with Charlie Sheen, now he's booked this multi-city tour in U.S. and Canada, and he doesn't even have a script. He has no actual, it's not a play, it's not songs. He's just going to go and stand up on stage and just kind of blather on. And it's sold out. He's made $7 million off ticket sales already.
$7 million?
Yeah.
This presumably is not because people want to go along and admire his CV.
They want to see this train wreck in person.
Guy just going nuttier and nuttier.
Yeah. He did this webcast recently, and for the first 5 minutes, he drank alcohol from a child's sippy cup and said the word duh over and over for 5 minutes.
Wow.
Yeah, but millions of people tuned in. It's I feel sorry for him, to be honest with you. I do.
Who's newly single, Claire?
Well,
there's always somebody every week, isn't there?
Yeah, there's been a couple major breakups. Like I said, Renee Zellweger and Bradley Cooper. That was earlier this week. And then Justin Timberlake and Jessica Biel split up. And now there's rumors that Jessica Biel is hitting it off with Gerard Butler. But then there's also rumors that she is flirting with Bradley Cooper, who is Renee Zellweger's ex, of course. So there's always, as soon as couples break up, it's almost like the single ones find each other, and then it's very incestuous almost.
Is it worth mentioning Bradley Cooper's the man of the moment? He's in the new Robert De Niro movie, Limitless?
Yes. And he's he was in The Hangover. The Hangover 2 is going to be coming out soon. So he's a huge star. And Jessica Biel is, she's always kind of like the it girl, because she's so beautiful and people just really admire her. And obviously Justin Timberlake, now people are saying that he is seeing his co-star from this new movie called Friends with Benefits, which is Mila Kunis, who's just was in The Black Swan. She's denying it, but it just seems, you could see the chemistry between the two of them when they presented at the Golden Globes. And people were whispering at that time, even though he was still with Jessica Biel. But, now that they've broken up, people are like, I wonder if he left her for someone else. But she doesn't seem to be crying away anyway. So, Bradley Cooper's an upgrade, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, there's lots more we could talk about, but we'll leave it till next week. Lovely to chat to you, Claire. Thanks for coming in. Back in to update us again. And don't forget Claire's brand new website, the HollywoodCraic, CRAIC.com, for all of the latest on Hollywood gossip. It's just gone 10:30 here on 4FM. It's Gareth O'Callaghan with you till 12 midday. We'll take a quick break.